And first of all, I'm just making a point. 36 shots is too many. And if you factor in, he probably shot another 5 or 6, 7 or 8 times if shooting all the free throws. But he was 2 for 11 in the fourth quarter. I'm just saying, like I say, I understand he wants to average a triple-double. Like it's too late to turn that clock back now. But this team, especially now with the new additions, if they could be better. I'm just saying that. That's just my opinion.
They could have a better record if he didn't do as much.
Yes.
Right now,
because if you,
or from this point on.
Because listen. First of all,
from the point to now, or the now on.
No, back when the season first started.
If he did less at the beginning of the season,
yes,
I think
they would have a better
they'd be in a lot of
because if you go back and look at basketball history, look at a guy like Michael Jordan, who's the greatest player ever. When he was averaging 38 points a game, the Bulls wasn't as good. Same thing if you go back.
I don't want to call out guys who were on that team when he was averaging 38, but they weren't as good as the players that he was when they won.
But I'm saying,
if Chuck, for the past couple of years, we've been telling the man he's shooting too much. Now what is he doing? He's passing the ball, Chuck. Get a man a break.
He shot 36 times, Chuck.
But Chuck, he has to.
He doesn't have
number one
to.
option.
No, he doesn't have to.
Chuck, he's the number one option on the team.
I understand that, but I'm just.
His triple-double is rebounding for a guard.
Sure.
That's hustling right there. Assist. And points.
And I understand that, but I'm saying I'm actually watching these games. There are times where he could make his teammates much better if he trusted them more. Now, his stats would go down, but I think he would, those guys, Cantor, Adams, Oladipo when he was there, I'm just telling you, I think, listen, the guy's a great player. I'm just making a basketball point.
114, 109 the final.
Point
go ahead.
About what I was going to say. Without Kevin Durant, I think they have more talent now than they did last year. Adding McDermott and Taj Gibson, because their front court is much more skilled. And so when the ball now leaves Russ's hand, it doesn't have to just go to Durant. It can be spread around where guys are more skilled, and in the long run,
so why is the record not better?
Because these guys just got there. Before they were a lottery team. Oladipo was finding his way. He was getting there, but he was finding his way. Cantor boasts his hand on the thing. They weren't a good team yet. And now they have the pieces to be a good team.
And only one game out of
but let me tell you something.
Fourth spot, too.
If they're going to take that team to the next level, he's going to have to do less. Do you agree with that?
I don't think he has to do less. I think he has to do different things. But doesn't mean less. Doesn't mean less. Meaning he doesn't have to, say, I'm going to give the ball up and get out of this play. He just knows now when I'm be aggressive, because he's a pit bull. And you can't tell a pit bull to be a chihuahua. You can't do that. It's not happening. So, no, we're coming in there, we're attacking. But now, if you leave me, I will try to get 20 assists on some nights. But some nights I'm still going to get 35 because that's who I am.
I said there are a lot of opposing coaches who would love to go with Chuck's theory on this. Hopefully he'll do less tonight of Russell Westbrook. Here's the standings, Western Conference. Here's the way it shakes out after tonight's play. So Denver holding that 8th spot. Portland now 2.5 back, and but just 2 on the loss side behind Denver. Oklahoma City.
1 game out of 4th spot, Ernie.
Ernie, you know what's interesting? Actually,
2 games.
And what I said earlier about Shaq asked me about McCollum and Lillard. If those guys, they're both terrific offensive players. If they use their teammates more, Portland will be a much better team. It works the other way on that end.
But they don't pass the ball with the clip that Russell Westbrook.
I understand that. They don't pass the ball enough. That's my point. Because they got better players. Listen, when you're a great player, you can get a shot every time. I could have shot the ball 36 times every night and got 30 points, but I wanted to get some assists and things like that. I understand what it's like. When you're a great player, your job is to make those others Shaq always talk about, because they can't get their shot at a time. Russell Westbrook.
But if I'm giving you 11 of them every night,
I understand about the stats.
I gave you enough.
But first of all, it's just not about the stats, Kenny. I'm watching the game. I'm saying, listen, Adams is a really good player. Cantor is a really good player.
Man's averaging 11
now
assists
he's
a
got
game.
Taj Gibson. And like,
What you want him to average, 14 assists a game?
it's not just about the stats, Shaq.
So okay, are you?
But you're talking like the man don't pass at all.
I really don't think that. This year, this is just my opinion. This year, this type of game is probably 1 in 10 or 2 in 10, where in other years it would have been 6 in 10, where he shot 36 times, and sometimes you might have said, oh, he's shooting the ball a little bit too much. This year, I probably say that once every 10 games. But because he's a pit bull, he's going to have those 1 out of 10 games where he does do a 36-shot night.
I'm saying the guy's a great, great player, but I'm saying he could make his life a lot easier.